Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both Mikes.
I love it when we get the applause from the audience. That's always a good time here.
Yes.
Let me try to pull up our pictures here like a professional would do. Hang on 1 second here. Welcome to both Mikes, though.
Hey, guys. Both Mikes is a show about nothing and everything. That over there is Mike Sofka.
Yeah, we're going to stop right there until I get this going here. We're going to stop.
Okay. That over there is not Mike Sofka. That over there is Mike Sofka. There he is.
And I don't have you now. Why don't I have you up?
Because
I just had you there.
I agree. I was there.
This has been the story of my life today, dude.
Well, I am Mike Taylor, and
yes,
this is both Mikes.
Yes, he is.
We're on show number 97, and we're heard worldwide. Worldwide, we're heard. Anywhere you can find podcasts. You'll see us live right now on twitch.tv/bothmikes. But you know that because you probably got a notification. Find us anywhere you can find podcasts. Real radio as in iHeartRadio. Just say, Alexa, play Both Mics. And our soothing, relaxing, constipated voices will come over your Google Box machine.
Let me try to create your link to you again here so I have 3 different ones going. That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Oh,
hey, that's not us.
That's not it. No.
Yeah.
No.
So I got 3 lines out there. Go ahead, Mike. This is your time to shine. I'm going to
you have an extra
on this. Tell them what we're going to talk about first. How about that? You go ahead and start with the first topic.
Ooh, all right. Yeah.
While I'm doing this.
Well, you might have seen it in the news today, but it appears McDonald's is getting sued. Am I right? Is that the story we're talking about?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Let me pull up my Google Box mail, and I'll get the article. I wasn't expecting that here. There we go. Yup. Nationwide news.
Startup company. One thing you always talk about McDonald's. What is that one thing, dude?
Yeah. Versus Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A, they're not open on Sunday, but at least their ice cream machine works.
Yeah, well, you have a thing, right, where like every time you go to a McDonald's, the ice cream machine's down.
Yeah. So here it is from KTVO.com. I guess it's a TV station west of the Mississippi. Startup company that tried to fix ice cream machines files lawsuit against McDonald's.
Crazy.
Yeah. I guess it's in Washington State. A very small startup company that sought to alleviate McDonald's and customers of the notorious ice cream machine issue is now suing the fast food giant, claiming the company crushed their business.
Well,
okay.
I don't understand all that and how that happened, but all I know is the goddamn ice cream machine still ain't working.
Right.
So where's this $900 million going? Hell, I'll do it for half. Give me $450 million and I'll fix them all.
Right.
Because I'll hire somebody else.
Kitsch filed a legal complaint Tuesday against McDonald's seeking $900 million in damages. And of course, I got to scroll. Lawsuit claims the iconic American fast food chain is engaging in false advertisement and torturous interference in its contract with customers, according to an article written by Wired Andy Greenberg.
What is torturous interference? What is that?
Torturous interference.
By the way, do you hear a little buzzing or humming sound at all?
No. You sound fine, but you kind of sound a little distant.
Okay. Well, I'm a little distant today anyway.
Yeah. Well, let me check.
Yeah, it might be I've had audio problems earlier, then I had video problems, and then I had your video problems. So, I don't know. A lot of problems. Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
Right?
Echo.
I was listening to you on Twitch. You sound fine on Twitch, so don't sweat it.
All right.
Echo.
Remind me, you can chat with us in Twitch. If you want to talk about our
Yes.
shitty show tonight, please chat away. Go ahead and tell us how horrible we are.
Talk about us.
Anyway, I was asking about the humming sound because I got a back massager going and I got a foot massager going.
Nice.
This is my relaxation time.
Yeah, you got your butt plug in too?
Yes.
Yeah.
My butt plug is
Vibrating butt plug. You're good to go.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. Hold
cool.
on, let me turn it up on high.
Nice. So yeah, McDonald's not having a good time. But
not gonna have a good time.
Right. So McDonald's would be like, "Hey, how about if we cut you a check for $35 and throw in a large fry? We good?"
Wow.
No?
Crazy.
Probably
See
what
this
will happen.
JetBlue story?
Yeah.
Drunk pilot out of Orlando?
I didn't know it was Orlando. Of course, my news source is my wife, Brenda. And yesterday she mentioned, there's a loaded freaking pilot trying to, they got stopped at TSA. TSA agent noticed he was acting a little peculiar. But wasn't it the late 80s or somewhere in the 90s? This was like a huge epidemic, I don't know, issue, where you'd see pilots in the bar at the airport getting freaking soused before they get on a plane.
Well, I would only be alarmed if I was doing shots with the guy, because I know he's drunk at that point, But I mean, I get it, but at the same time, yeah, you're right. We haven't really seen or heard of this in a while, so I wonder if the problem just magically went away or they stopped looking for it. That was awful nifty, I guess, of the TSA agent to spot that,
Yeah. Three times the legal limit.
Do you know how many pilots it takes to operate one of those planes?
1
in a fifth.
I don't know. How many? 1 in a fifth?
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you.
I was going to say, okay, what's the punchline? 1 in a fifth. Well, the old RFC joke. How many waiters or servers does it take to change a light bulb?
Yeah, right. I bet. I don't know.
5. 4 to bitch about it, and 1 to get the buster.
That's right. Well, he was the only one that spoke Spanish. That's why he was sent to get the buster.
Yeah, and the essay.
The essay. See, that was very degrading. Is that not politically correct to say, "Hey, what up, essay? What up, home?"
Well,
that's frowned upon, right?
Well, it's no worse than our manager calling them those people or you people. You people need to do this.
I did call him right back out on that. It was great. Then everybody just got up and left when he was still talking. We're like, "Yeah, we're going to work."
Check, please.
I'm not going to give up this guy's name. He works. He lives in Orlando or he's based in Orlando anyway.
Oops.
So I mean, James Clifton. I want to keep. Oh, sorry. I want to keep you as a fan, James.
Yeah. So
what's
drunk, hot?
Please.
What's hot in Orlando? James Clifton's attitude right now is hot.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Just spell my name correctly in the news article, okay? Just spell both mics right. Tell them where to listen.
Yes.
Get all that shit
with a
right.
space, without a space, doesn't matter.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Clifton told police that he drank as many as 10 22-ounce beers the night before. So that equals, because a regular beer is 12 ounces in the bottle. So he was drinking. He was drinking those giant mugs that you see at like Wing House or at the
Houlihan's has those. Yeah. How many ounce?
He had 10 22-ounce beers. So that's
I thought he had 22 10-ounce beers.
No,
it's like
that
a 12-ounce beer. Almost. That's a 12-ounce beer, and you just leave 2 ounces at the bottom because it's backwash.
Yeah, right.
No.
I'm thinking that 220 ounces is like that's more than a gallon, right?
A gallon is 128 ounces, so that's close. That's catching up on 2 gallons of beer.
2 gallons of beer. That's a hefty thing. So I wonder what time of day this was and what time of day he stopped drinking. Because when they finally got his blood alcohol level, it was 0.17, which is twice the limit.
That's 3 times the limit. Yeah.
Twice the legal limit for driving and 4 times FAA's limit for pilots. So.
Wow.
He was removed from a flight that was heading to Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday. He was trying to get to Fort Lauderdale for spring break is what it was.
Was he stopped in Orlando, or is he just from Orlando?
He's based in Orlando, is what the
Based in
article
Orlando.
says.
Wow. Well, hell, you're barely in the sky before you got to land in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the plane flies itself.
The sad thing is, and I've been guilty of it in the past, and I tried not to, and of course I haven't had anything to drink in over 4 years, or close to 4 years. We've all done it, I'm sure, at one time. They've had at least one beer or something in our system and drove off, and
oh yeah,
it was nothing.
No,
so I mean, I get it, but when you're drunk the night before and then you get up and get a DUI, you were shit-faced last night. How'd you get home last night?
Yeah, no, I can at least on one hand I can count how many times I probably should not have been driving. I could think of one right off the top of my head.
And it only takes one time, unfortunately. So I get it. I'm not condoning it, but I'm not condemning it. I just, it is what it is. It's a bad situation all the way around. Try not to do that if you can. But here's my deal. Where was this guy? Who was hanging out with this guy? Because if I was drinking, I might want to hang out with this guy. Drinking 10, 22-ounce beers, that's my style.
Not anymore. At one time it was.
No, I know. I say, right. At one time.
Right, and he's got that pilot money, so he was probably buying rounds. So. Yeah, right. All right, we're gonna Google Mr. Clifford, see if we can get a picture of this guy.
No, yeah, I stayed away from that.
Yeah.
I got a picture of another guy for later in the second show when we do.
James Clifford, historian. I'm guessing that's not him.
No, probably mug shots or something. Mugshot Orlando.
It was James?
Yes, James Clifford.
All right. Well, somehow my phone flipped to somebody else.
It's the Russians. Boom. They're hacking you, Mike.
Yeah, it's nothing new. JetBlue. Let's say JetBlue, one word.
Well, needless to say, this guy's been fired from his job, unfortunately for him, but
Really? Fired?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they did this little slap on the wrist thing or just straight up fired him.
No, I think back in the day they used to do that. It was like a buddy thing, a good old boy program.
Right.
And there's too much money involved, so.
Liability. Yeah. His picture's not online, so whatever. Good riddance, buddy. Go fly for FedEx now.
Well, it is time now for my second favorite part of the show, as soon as I could bring you up here, and that's, of course, the Alien Update.
Cool.
And the entire time we had no volume on the Alien Update. Good job, Mike.
Yeah, I'm right on it. I'm sorry.
I
had my finger on the microphone.
Yeah. It's all right. My massage chair, my foot massager thing's backing up. I'm trying to multitask here. Trying to relax while I do this, but
yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reset that, and I'm gonna do the Alien Update again. How about that?
Buzz, look, an alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for Earth people.
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too, but I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
Ha. How about that? All right. Alien Update. Tell everybody what the Alien Update is, Mike. Do you mind? Maybe turn the microphone on.
That would help, wouldn't it? Yes. The Alien Update is an update on aliens.
On both mics.
The Alien Update is an update about aliens.
Yes.
Yes, the people that we feel that are superior in every single fashion. You've got your Bezos, your Zuckerberg, your what's his name, Molson, not Molson, begins with an M.
Musk.
The Tesla guy, Musk.
Yes, it's
Yep.
funny. It's funny because that's what we're really talking a lot about on this alien update here is Elon Musk. And
Yes, the Musk date.
so apparently the Russians have been able to cut all communication lines that go in and out of the Ukraine. And they saw this coming, so Musk volunteered to get Starlink up and running for the Ukraine. So they threw up some satellites, they pointed them and got everything going, and he delivered the box units and all that stuff. And now that's pretty much the only communication that people have coming out of Ukraine right now. So, but Musk is going out there saying, hey, look, the Russians are not happy with me over this deal. So be careful with this whole situation here because you could lose it all. So, anyway, it's a shame what's going on, but this is a story according to Tesla X News. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, warned that the company's Starlink satellite broadband service could be targeted in Ukraine, which has been hit by the Russian invasion. The warning came just days after an internet security researcher warned that the satellite communication devices could be turned into beacons that Russia could target for airstrikes. Important warning, Starlink is the only non-Russian communication system still working in some parts of Ukraine, so probability of it being targeted is high. Use with caution. That's from Elon Musk. That's actually a tweet he sent out. There's the tweet right there if you're watching on twitch.tv/bothmics or on YouTube or what have you. So anyway.
He sent it out next month.
Yeah, right? How about that?
Yeah.
That must be
that's
a fake thing or something, man.
No, it's the way Europeans put the date.
4-3, yeah, 3-4.
Yeah. Day, month, year.
Yeah. That's funny. You had me.
Right? Which is also my son's birthday.
Is it really? Which one?
Michael, the oldest. God, that he's gonna be 35, dude.
Wow.
Holy crap. 35.
Yeah,
Stop.
Mine's 30, and I'm like, yeah. Or he's going to be 30. Wait. Yeah, he's going to be 30 this year.
And he's 34 now. I was 34 at the turn of the millennium.
So he
2000.
He has
2000.
kids, right? You're a grandpa?
Yeah. He's got 2.
All right. So how old are the grandkids?
13 and 7.
Dang, I was hoping they would be like Xander and Nikki's age so they could go to school together and all that stuff.
No. Plus, they're in Colorado.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And the 13-year-old has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old uncle.
Ah.
That's what's funny. Yeah.
Well, I had a similar situation when I was young. My uncle was like, I don't know, when I was 5, he was like 15. So.
Well, no, yeah. But if you were 5 and he was 3, and your uncle would be 3, 2 years younger than you, that would be interesting.
Yes. No, I hear you.
Yeah. So, and plus my son actually graduates the academy this month. Yeah, the end of this month.
Nice.
So he will be a full-fledged officer of the law.
Wow.
That
Very good.
just before his 35th birthday.
Maybe we can do a video ride along with him one time.
We'll see. I don't know if it might be frowned upon to have a brand new officer out there.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm trying to reach for the stars. Always, hey, what do you always say? You don't make 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Exactly. Yup.
Right, well,
So
Musk was reasonable with his thing there about the thing. This is a Russian guy. This guy here is the head of the space program for Russia.
okay.
So this is according to SpaceXmania.com. Russian space head is furious after Elon Musk delivers Starlink terminals to the Ukraine. They go on to say that this guy, Dmitry Rogozin, the president of Roscosmos. You like that? Did I say that right?
That was, with a little bit of an accent too. That was kind of cool. that was interesting.
Resorted to social media late last week to directly criticize U.S. officials after sanctions placed on his nation crippled its commercial space program. Russian anyway, blah, blah, blah. He's pretty pissed off. This is probably that same guy who was warning a couple shows ago. We put it out there that, hey, the ISS, the space station, just may come crashing to Earth. Wonder if they have a way to make that happen in a specific location. Can you imagine if that thing hit somewhere in the United States and didn't splash down into water or some third world country? We'd lose our minds if it crashed into like Disney World or something like that.
Yeah, like Wall Street.
Well, that's where it needs to go.
Yes. Yeah. It would be an awful lot of math involved to hit something that specific. I don't think it could be done.
I know, but if they just steer it toward the United States, they got a 3,000 miles of error.
Yeah, but go ahead and drop it in Wyoming, see what happens. No one will think twice about it.
Unless they drop it in that, because that whole area out there. It's funny you say that. That whole area is actually an active volcano.
Yes.
When that mother goes up, we're dead. That's what's going to happen. It's going to
someone
out the sky.
Yeah, somebody will be dead.
A lot of people will be dead if that happens. I'm not looking forward to that. I am trying to make a trip out to Yellowstone again, though.
Really?
Went out there many years ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I'd like to go again. So, gonna do one of those grandma and grandpa trips out to Yellowstone.
Yeah. With tour guide Mike.
I'll be going to dinner at 4:30 for the early bird at the Old Faithful Inn where I used to work as a server back in 87. Summer of 87, I was there. The year before the big fires in 88.
Oh, okay.
So
let's see. Summer of 87, I was with a 1-year-old, and not even a 1-year-old. He was less than one, and I was a manager at Burger King.
Ah, yeah, you were saying that's something.
And then by the end of the summer, I was working overnights at a grocery store.
So did they make you sing that song at your interview? Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders, don't upset. That wasn't part of your training?
No.
Have it your way. No. Did you used to get pissed off at special orders, even though that was the advertisement? Hey, you can.
No.
Because at McDonald's, they didn't do any special orders at the time. It was this shit happened, And now, all of a sudden, Burger King was like, "Hey, we need to be different than McDonald's." And
Yep. No issues. Because hell, why would someone who would get a Whopper with no tomato, no mayonnaise, no mustard, no onion? I would get it with like nothing on it. Why would it bother me if other people got nothing on it?
And at the time, you were probably ordering shit like that. No pickle, no tomato.
Special order. Yeah, no tomato, only lettuce and ketchup. And I would even get it only lettuce, because when you tell people only lettuce and ketchup and minus all those other things, for some reason they feel they need to make up the difference with 20 pounds of ketchup on your burger. So I don't even get it with ketchup on it.
A gallon of ketchup here.
Yeah,
he took.
You got to make up the difference. Tomato here. We'll give you extra tomato into ketchup. Yeah, so I get it only lettuce, and I add my own ketchup. It's more trouble than it's worth. But yeah.
All right, so still talking about our boy Elon. Wrong picture. All right. Here it is. He's got a bunch of cars. He's produced a bunch of cars here recently. They say he had a record month in February for Tesla deliveries. 2 Teslas are in the top 5 as plug-in car sales doubled in February 2022. This is according to InsideEVS.com. In February, new passenger car registrations in the UK increased by 15% year over year to 58,994. The growth is noted compared to the lockdown February 2021, but compared to February 2020, the market is down almost 26%. So that tells me that Tesla's going to continue making money, and that stock's going to continue to climb, I think.
That makes sense. As long as he keeps his nose clean, as long as Skylink stays in the air, he should be okay.
Right? I'm looking at some of the differences, but this is all about England's differences. But we're going to talk about it in the next show in '98. He's got this German facility in Berlin going up, and he's achieved the next step in the process. So they'll be cranking out a ton of these cars in Germany pretty soon.
Wasn't he looking to buy Mercedes?
Yes,
Daimler Mercedes?
Yeah, we talked about that last week,
Yep.
too. No update on that, by the way. I haven't seen one anyway.
Yeah. Things like that move slow, so to hear any kind of news within a week would be amazing.
Yeah, but and you're right. That's where we're at in this life that we live. I mean, everyone wants it now. Instant gratification. You drive through, and if no one's in front of you at the drive-through, and you get to the window and you have to wait, you're like, Jesus Christ, what's the problem here?
Exactly. Yeah.
Stand in front of the microwave, like, I don't have all minute. Let's go.
Yeah. Right. I had a microwave dinner tonight for the boys, and I was like, oh, geez, come on, 2, 1,
Right.
Like, really?
You're like, what would happen if I opened it up 2 seconds earlier?
Yeah, exactly. Would it be any hotter? They're just going to bitch it's too hot anyway.
So we just got a chat in chat room here about Debbie paid $3.79 a gallon for gas.
That's a shame.
What did you pay over there at the Bucees?
I went to Bucky's this morning and filled up the Bucky mobile. $3.59. And then the competitor down the street was $3.69.
Let me get the lovely Lisa. Lisa, what did you most recently pay for gas, or what did you see like in the Lake County area? $3.59.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
$3.59, $3.69, and the place that was $3.69 yesterday morning was $3.34.
Well, based on where we're going, this is going to hit $7 a gallon.
Yeah,
That's where we're
not looking forward to it. Did you know in Bermuda? Yeah, Bermuda, obviously a small island off the coast, way off the coast of North Carolina. Their gas prices are regulated. So when I was there in 2008, every gas station had the same price for gas, and it was like $7 a gallon. But the island's like 35 miles big, so where the hell are you going?
Well, Debbie went on to include in her chat. She just paid $3.79, but this morning she saw it was $3.59.
Wow.
So maybe it did go up 20 cents in a day. That's something else. You know what I like is they know that gas is going to be more, and that gas is not necessarily the same gas you're putting in your tank, but they'll raise the price instantly based on what they're going to get the new gas for. In other words, they're pocketing the middle. And I get it. Everybody's going to make a buck. Does that make sense what I said?
No, totally. When I worked in the supermarkets, that's exactly how you made profit on paper for your department. You have tomatoes on sale this week for 59 cents a pound. Next week, they're going to be $1.99 a pound. That's a $1.40 difference. So on Friday, you buy enough for Saturday because you needed the sale price, but you also buy enough for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and you make up an extra profit of $1.40 a pound.
That's how they get you.
Yep. Yeah. There would be days like I would order like a pallet of grapes on a Friday, and I would have it. Don't touch it, don't move it. Don't open any of the cases.
What the fuck does a pallet of grapes look like? How many grapes do you think that is? How many pounds do you think that is?
It's got to be like 1,200 pounds.
1,200 pounds of grapes.
Yeah.
For the weekend.
But get it in on a Friday. You sell them at your price on Saturday, and then you just jack the price up on Sunday.
So they come in those giant flats like strawberries do.
No, they come in like a sealed box because they're actually laced with sulfate to retard ripening.
So then how does the sulfate get off the grape? The consumer at home washes it or what?
Correct. Yep.
Well, there you go. I did not know that. Now,
Yeah.
what happens if you eat that crap without washing your grape?
You get the shits.
Nice to know.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it's made to like wear off with exposure to oxygen. So at first, if you eat them like right out of the box, like I used to, yeah, you would get an upset stomach, or you could get an upset stomach. But as time goes on, it wears off.
So are we gonna see like a lawsuit commercial like they have? If you had hernia mesh surgery and you now it's if you ate grapes straight out of the box in the grocery department, you may be entitled to compensation.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Each box of grapes was like 23 pounds, maybe 18 pounds, and it was probably 90 to a pallet. So yeah, do the math.
Can you hear all that clicking noise? That's everybody shutting their radios and shit off. All right, let's go on to the next topic here.
All right.
This is a wonderful photo. Doesn't that look great?
That is cool.
That was hard taking that picture.
It was.
Taking it from somebody else.
Yeah, I say especially from 40 miles inland.
Right? Yeah, no, that's a nice picture. That's a picture of the Atlas rocket that went off on Monday. I totally missed it.
Same
I didn't
here.
see it. I'm kind of mad at myself because it looks like it was a clear night for that, or clear day.
Somebody needs to make an app that like pushes notifications to you on your phone. Hey, asshole, go outside.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but I didn't even know what time this thing was going off here. This is
right
I
after
don't know,
right
maybe-
after noon o'clock.
It said Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon it happened.
Monday, Tuesday.
This is according to WFTV.com, so it must be true. An Atlas V rocket carrying a series of advanced weather satellites. Quote unquote. I'm sure they're weather satellites.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with any war thing or anything like that. These are called anyway, that lifted off from Cape Canaveral Tuesday afternoon. The Geostationary Operational Environmental Satellite Program, or GOES, 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 is a joint effort of NASA and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA. The satellite called GOES-T will provide NASA and NOAA with continuous imagery and atmospheric measurements of. Okay, again with the clicking, I hear all the clicking. Everybody's turning their shit off. All right, next. Let's go next. I like Ron DeSantis. I do. Did you see this story about Sealand?
Sealand?
Yeah, Sealand.
Sealand, isn't that like a shipping company of some sort?
Yes, this is according to thecapitalist.com. Sealand, leading global shipping company, moves from California to Jacksonville.
Wow. Yeah. I'm surprised more companies aren't fleeing California. Yeah, being in the mortgage business, I can't believe the prices of anything out there in California. It's crazy.
Yeah. We're even rental prices in Florida 6.5 years ago in 2015, they're a good average price per square foot is 70 cents. Now it's $1.50.
Wow. So has your rent doubled since then?
Yeah, that's part of the shitstorm I'm living in.
Wow.
Yeah. I could tell you stories. I'll tell you that off the air, though. Hey, hang on, I'm backing my ass up. Hold on. It's one of the little massage things I got going on. So anyway, DeSantis is at the Jacksonville port here in a picture we got up here on twitch.tv/bothmics. He announced that Sealand, a private global shipping company based in Singapore, is moving part of its American operations from Long Beach, California to Jacksonville, citing logjam ports on the West Coast. DeSantis capitalized on a supply chain logjam taking place in western seaports, making a stringent effort over the last 6 months to redirect delayed shipments to Florida's ports.
Yeah.
That was an interesting time frame. Remember we talked about that because you had to figure out what it was costing you to stay out there and wait at the port versus what it's going to cost you to now take your boat, go south, go all the way down through one canal, and come up and come to Florida. I mean, they were literally having to figure this shit out. I feel sorry for these people, these shipping well, never mind. I don't feel sorry for the shipping company, I guess. I don't know. It just costed a lot of damn money to get something through California.
Right.
And time.
Yup. And, the price of people that you need to pay in California to do the work.
Well, this is what we want. This is what $15 an hour gets you, because when minimum wage was $7 an hour, or $7.50 or $8 or whatever it was, the people that were making $15 were usually worth $15. But now what you did was you took all those people that were coming in, fresh, shiny faces, fresh out of high school, needing their first job ever. Now they're going to get $15 an hour. So does that mean you took that $15 an hour person and paid them $30? No, you got a fucking AI robot flipping fries for you now.
Yeah.
That's what you have. You have self-checkouts. You have the giant shit-stained covered, never touch that friggin' menu board in McDonald's, because they do tests on those things all the time, and there's more shit on those. There's more fecal matter brought up from those big menu boards where you stand and punch in your order at McDonald's.
Right.
Yeah.
From the nose picker in front of you. Yeah. Speaking of increase in wages, at the Buccees this morning, I noticed they had new signs out for employment, and looks like they gave everybody a $2 raise.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, they used to stay. They're, and this is before the whole rigmarole with changing, raising wages to $15 an hour. They've always been at $15 an hour for as long as I can remember.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, but I also hear that they treat you like crap.
Yeah, I've heard that too. But and the last time I was at Buccees, I did a video. I haven't posted it yet, but I did a video. I got the double barbecue sandwich.
Yeah.
You ever seen that thing?
The double barbecue? No,
Yeah.
I get the brisket one.
Yeah, the brisket, but it was like double. It was like two of them in one.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, well, I'm friggin' starving. Why wouldn't I get the large one? So I threw it in the basket. I got up. It was like $12 or something. Like, all right, I've already committed. I'm going to pay for it.
Right. Well, what gets me, though, is like, okay, the regular sandwich is $8.99. And I'm like, okay, so to get double, I just need to pay an extra $1.50 or $2. Yeah, I'm in. I don't need it. I don't need the calories. I need the calories like a hole in the head. But you know what? You're going to give me double for just a little bit more? I'm going to go for it. Biggie size? Yeah, I'm all for it.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
They've raised wages there at the Buccees. So.
You saw that movie years ago, Super Size Me, didn't you?
Yeah. And what kind of freaked me out about that is he went there. And the first scene of the movie, he's at the drive-thru, and he goes for the double quarter pounder with cheese.
Love it.
And that's what I used to get when I went to McDonald's back in the 90s. I would get the double quarter pounder with cheese because for like an extra $1.50, you got that extra patty.
Right.
And
you were a young guy. You were working and shit. You were burning off calories.
I was at that time. I was going from job 1 to job 2 at the McDonald's drive-thru.
You deserve that, then. Yeah, if you're going from job 1 to job 2, picking up a sandwich on the way, by all means, you deserve to go there.
And the thing is, back then, to supersize it was like 69 cents.
Crazy.
Like you're gonna give me a large fry and a large drink.
That?
Yeah, but I liked the concept of supersize me. Is whenever he got a meal, a combo meal, if they offered, would you like to supersize that? He automatically would say yes.
And he would look at the camera like, hey. But if they didn't offer, he didn't supersize it, right?
Exactly. Yep. And he was like his blood work after 30 days or something was like off the charts and like spastic. Like he was
But see, getting to that one little bit there about supersizing it, if every McDonald's employee really did that with every customer, they would make a ton of extra money. Because half the time they don't do that.
No.
Here's my thing. I like that stuff. A lot of people are like, no, I didn't want it. If I wanted it that way, I'd have told you that, all ghetto-fied or whatever. No.
Right.
I appreciate that. Years ago, when I was wearing a shirt and tie all the time, I went to one of these little men's store things. This is like, you're gonna like the way you feel. I guarantee it. Men's Warehouse type thing or whatever.
Right.
So I got my first real good check. It was well into 4 figures, and I was excited, and I was like, I'm going to this event coming up. I'm gonna need a suit. I have this suit, but I want to get some shirts, and I want to get some ties and stuff. So I go walking into this store. Ding ding, the bell goes, and a little pimply faced kid comes out. Hi, welcome to Men's Warehouse. Can I help you? Like that.
Screech works at Men's Warehouse?
Yeah. So
good to know.
I tell the kid, I'm like, yeah, I got a couple events coming up. I might be looking for a suit, a couple shirts, a tie. And the kid goes, oh, what kind of business are you in? It's like, I'm in the car business. The manager jumped over the counter from the back. He leapt over the counter. He walked up, pushed that kid out of the way, and introduced himself and said, hi, I'm so-and-so. How can I help you? I'm the manager. And I was like, well, okay. So we talked and we walked, and he showed me a few things, and he said, why don't you try this on for size this shirt or whatever, make sure we got the right size here. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. He measured me and all that stuff, and I was treated very well. I was treated like he knew I had some money in my pocket, and I was ready to burn it somewhere. He was going to get it all out of me. I came out of the dressing room, and I was like, I think this shirt will be fine. He goes, great. I have 3 more of the same size laid out here, and I put out 3 ties with each one. But really, you want to have 2 or 3 ties per shirt, so we'll look at a couple more ties in a minute. Now, how you doing for slacks?
Exactly.
I bought $800 worth of shit from that guy that night because he did that. I don't know if, hey, how you doing? If he would have scored $800 from me. And that was $800 back in 2002 when it was really $800. It wasn't like a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk.
Right. Yep. No, totally agree.
So do you recognize that salesmanship when you go somewhere? Is it just me, or do you do that too, or no?
You've been in sales, God, for how long? And when I describe you to people, I describe you as someone who could sell ice to Eskimos.
Used to be, yeah. Used to.
Yeah. That never leaves you. It's like riding a bike. I definitely notice the difference. You can tell when people actually care and when people are just punching a clock.
We had a kid not long ago. We got no soliciting in our community here, but they still come. It's usually selling solar roofs and all that.
We had 2 yesterday.
Did I tell you? I think I told this on the show before that I whipped open the door in my underwear and the mayor of Apopka was there. Did I tell you that on the show?
No.
Yes. Yes. This was around the holidays, so I had my gray beard going. I was just about to climb into my Santa gear. It was 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm getting ready to do my thing online with the Santa thing, and I'm in my boxers. You can see where my office is in relation to the front door, right here where I'm sitting in
there.
Into both my studios. That's right, beautiful Central Florida. I'm getting dressed and knock on the door and I'm like, God damn it! So I whip open the door. Now here's a 211-pound, 5'8" dude with a gray beard and dark hair in his boxers, ripping the door open while you're still knocking on it. And this poor old guy is standing there, and he goes, hi, I'm Brian Nelson. I'm the mayor, and I was just going around. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just in a big hurry. Look, I like what you do, but thanks. Okay, thanks. He said, okay, I just wanted to meet you and say hi. And I'm like, shutting the door going, holy crap, did that just happen, right? So I'm like, what the hell just happened? I must have scared the shit out of the guy, whipping the door open, fat ass me in my boxers.
Nice.
So where the story comes full circle is 2 weeks ago I went to the Ukrainian festival, and who do I run into? The mayor, Brian Nelson. So I walk over and I'm like, dude, just a few months ago, let me see if you remember this. He's like, yeah, I remember. Yeah. His kid lives in my neighborhood, so while he was visiting, he went and, elections are coming up here, so he wanted
a couple door knockers. Oh, that's cool.
But I got my picture with the dude, and I was wearing my both Mike shirts, so I'm going to capitalize on that.
Cool.
Even the mayor listens to us, you know.
Right.
And
Amazing.
so I don't know, where were we? Salesmanship. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we had a kid come to the door a couple months ago, and he went on his little campaign, and you may have seen these kids on YouTube selling their spray cleaner. Look, it can do this, it can do that, it can do this, and you want to do this, and you want to use that, and give me your oldest, dirtiest thing, and they're scrubbing it right there for you.
God.
Yeah, so
like from back in the 70s.
Yeah,
the Fuller Brush Man, the Amway guy.
Lisa was so enthralled by this kid's presentation, he knocked her head off.
Okay.
Not literally, just, we paid a little bit of money for a spray bottle of cleaner.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We had a...
I just realized she's in listening distance right now, so I probably don't want to go there.
Yeah, we had the solar guys come yesterday, and I looked out our side window, and the guy's facing the other way, and he has this bright yellow, like, construction worker shirt on, and it said solar something on the back. So I'm like, turn around and sat down, and they ring once and they walk away. So then another kid comes up, and I don't know why I don't know why I went and answered the door this time. I guess because he didn't have a uniform on or anything. And he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good, good." He's like, "Hey, I'm with blah 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 blah," and he like mumbled. I'm like, "What?" So he repeated himself, and of course, selling solar. So I'm like, "Yeah, not interested." "Oh, why not?" And he was trying to rehash, and I didn't want to slam the door on the guy. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, well, usually when I'm not in a rush or not in the middle of doing something or whatever, I'll answer and I'll give them the time of day. Like, I'm not gonna just jerk them around, but I will let them finish their spiel. I will let them do their thing, and then I won't argue with them, but I'll just let them know, no, we're not interested, yada yada, move along. But because I know it's hard, dude. When I before I got in the car business, I entertained doing one of these selling meat out of the truck things. I think I told you this. Yeah, so the idea was they gave you a nice glossy little pamphlet, and what you did was you had your truck parked where they could see you from the door, and you walked up to the door, and you had a menu of stuff, and it was clear color thing like you would find a menu in a restaurant, with all the meat, pictures, and all that stuff. And
professionally laminated.
You would knock on a door and you would say that you're in the neighborhood servicing some of your other customers, and you wanted them to be able to look at the product you're bringing their neighbors and hand them the menu. If they took the menu, you were in. If they reach, you're handing it out to them. If they grab it, you got a player. Okay?
Right.
Then you start telling them what you do, what you have on special, what the neighbors down the street just got, and you're circling some. "Oh, I see you have kids. You know what? We have a special going on right now. Come on out to the truck with me. Let me show you what I got." And you turn and walk. If they follow you. Now, I've gone to a stranger's house. I've knocked on the door. I've convinced them to remove themselves from the safety of their own home and come to a stranger's truck. If I can get them to come to the truck, I've got a sale. It's done.
Right.
The first day I did it, I sold $3,000 worth of meat, and I set a store record, a record for the place.
Wow.
I went up to this house that no one would get up to. It had this big hill with like this winding driveway, and I was like, man, I don't want to go all the way to hell up there. And the guy who was out with me showed me the ropes. He's like, "Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't even know if the truck will make it up there." I said, "I'm going to run up there and see if there's anybody even in that house. If you can get the truck up there, fine. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll come back. I'll run back and forth, whatever I got to do here." So I take my menu and I walk up, and this lady, she looks crazy, dude. She looks certifiably crazy. Her hair's all messed up. She's like, but this house is like a mansion. It's like half empty. It's huge place. She opens her door, and she has like an interior garden next to a stairwell, and the interior garden has a fountain. It has some rocks in it. It's probably as big as my office area. It's a big area.
Right,
and there's different colored bowling balls strategically placed throughout this
What?
rock garden. So I ask her, I go, hey, those are nice bowling balls. Are you a bowler? And she goes, oh, no, that was my husband. Da, 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 da. I didn't hear what she said. She goes, come on in. So she lets me in her house. So I'm standing there, and I'm like talking to her about what we got to offer and stuff. And she's like, oh, that's good. Yeah, I'd like that. Oh, yeah, I have to have that. Oh, yeah, my daughter would like these. Give me some of those. And give me 6 of these and 12 of those and 4 of these. And I'm like, holy shit, how am I going to get all this shit up the hill here? And I open the front. I go, let me just run to the truck and make sure I have enough. I'll just send another truck out if I need to get more to you. She goes, oh, that would be wonderful. So he comes up this hill with this truck loaded down with meat. And I'm standing by the front of the driveway where the sidewalk hits the driveway with the customer. And we're both smiling. She's waving at him. He's waving at her. He pulls the truck up. She bought $2,300 worth of meat from a guy. Do you know why she bought that meat? She said, I asked her, I said, I want to make sure that I'm not interfering with someone else you're doing business with. Of course, this is after she handed me a check. And I said, are you doing business with anybody else? Because we have some other products I haven't even shown you yet today. And she goes, oh, no, nobody comes over here. I guess they don't want to climb up this hill. So right then and there, I learned that lesson. And I've heard it from some of these guys today where in order to be successful, you got to do what no one else will do. You got to go where no one else will go. You're going to have to do some things that aren't pleasant.
Yep. Yeah.
What's the price you want to pay? You know.
Right. I heard someone once talk about a shoe salesman in Africa, and this company sent this guy out there to sell shoes in Africa, and he calls him back and he goes, "Hey, I can't sell shoes here. Nobody wears shoes here." So they, a couple of years go by, they send another guy out there, and he calls back and says, "Hey, send me all the shoes you got. Nobody has shoes here."
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to? I'll give you another story that kind of goes off this. It's funny. I don't know if I told you this story before, but there's a guy, he sells hot dogs in New York. One of those little soubrette carts, Yeah. He's selling hot dogs. He's right in the heart of it. Busy
Always
as
wanted
can be
one.
all the time. And his brother wanted to get into the business, and he goes, "Look, I don't think this is for you. My sales are actually down. We've been doing good, but the past 6 months keeps getting less and less and less. Nobody's buying hot dogs anywhere." And his brother goes, "Look, I have a couple $1,000s to invest. Help me get started here. I won't compete with you. I'll be on the other side. I'll be several blocks away. We won't interfere with each other. As a matter of fact, we'll double our money." "Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to do that. It's business is just bad. I'm honest with you. Maybe I'll sell you my cart." He goes, No. You keep your cart. I'm gonna go over there. So after the first day of business, the brothers get together, and the original brother, the first one, says, "How'd you do?" And the guy goes, "Incredible. I sold out of hot dogs. I should have brought more. How'd you do?" "Oh, I only sold half the hot dogs I get. I told you, business is down." It must have been a fluke thing. People must have saw you. You just must have had a hot day. The next day, same thing. The guy sells every hot dog he has. So a week goes by, and the new guy, is selling all these hot dogs. The other guy, his sales keep going down and down and down. So one of their mutual friends came by and went to the new brother and said, "Wow, you're doing phenomenal. That's great." He says, "Yeah, business is great. Everything's wonderful." He goes to the original brother, and the original brother goes, "Oh, yeah, sales are down. Everything sucks. The sky is falling." Now, what this guy observed by talking to both brothers is that the new brother, who was selling all the hot dogs, he had some disabilities. He was blind, and he was deaf. And he couldn't see or hear all the negativity around him. All he knew is he was supposed to sell hot dogs. The other guy, the original guy, he saw and he listened to all the negativity and all the problems, and he bought into that, and he didn't sell as many hot dogs.
Right.
So there you go. There's the Mike Sofka story for today. Thank you very much.
It's like the saying, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't,
You're right.
you can't.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, I want to get back. We only got like 4 minutes left here, but I want to get back. There's my band, Cheap Trick.
Hey!
No, I'm not in the band, but it's my favorite band. I have a tattoo. You're wearing a shirt, so.
Yeah, if anybody can see, I got my Cheap Trick shirt on today.
One
What
of
is
these
happening?
guys had a health scare not long ago.
Uh-oh.
I want you to tell me who it was.
Well, I'm thinking since what I saw on TV on New Year's, that they have an extra guitar player playing, I'm going to guess it's Rick Nielsen.
No. It's
No.
Tom Peterson. The guy who
Okay.
invented the 12-string bass. He did an interview not long ago with CourierMail.com. They're getting
Yeah.
ready to go overseas here, and they're talking about Tom Peterson, who the unique spelling of his name. There's 2 S's in his name in Peterson.
Really? I did not know.
They're getting ready. These guys are like, our parents' age, obviously. These guys are up there in age, and they're still traveling. They're going back to Australia. They had a canceled tour
Wow.
a while back. They just got done with a residency in Vegas. They played 4 complete albums, 4 complete different shows, 4 complete nights at a residency in Vegas. These guys are in their 70s. Peterson's 71. Apparently what happened was a little while back, and I remember this happening because John Brandt sat in for him, and I questioned that, and apparently he was getting a routine checkup at the doctor, and the doctor said, while we're here, we might as well do this scan on you. We'll get a full scan because it's included. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done this. It turned out he had a heart condition. He didn't have any symptoms, and he said that he would have probably just dropped dead unexpectedly. He was able to get that heart problem repaired. He had a couple surgeries, and he's, as good as new.
So like a ticking time bomb, huh?
So they go on. It's interesting, to read the article because they go on to say, look, we're not the Rolling Stones. We're not inviting our family on our private jet to go with us. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is our job. And we're on, this is what travel's part of it. So if you're looking at the picture on twitch.tv/bothmics, that's Rick's son on the far right there. He's the drummer. Tom Peterson's the guy with the glasses standing next to him to his left. And, of course, Robin Zander and Rick Nielsen, the cartoon-like characters from that band. It's just amazing to me that in your 70s, you can still tour around the world. You're still getting paid to tour around. You know what I mean? I mean, how awesome is that?
Yeah. Well, in my life, like my mother's father never met. He passed away before I was born, and like my grandmother on my mom's side passed away before she was 70, I think. My grandfather on my dad's side passed away before he was 70, and the only person that lasted longer than that was my dad's mom, my grandmother. She lived into her 90s, but I never thought people lived past their 70s.
Right.
So,
right. That's funny. Not funny, but I mean, that's, it's all, there's a story I'll tell in the next show on 98 about my son. It's pretty funny, but we got to wrap up here. So Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Check out my buddy Gino Losi if you want to go fishing. He'll put you on a monster fish. Just search him out on social media. Gino Losi, GINOLOSI. Check out the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. They got a new production coming up. You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to donate some money. Catch a show, community theater. It's a good thing. Check out my friend Night Fan Stan at Jet Set Printing in Orlando for all your printing needs. Mike, anybody to shout out to?
Hi, Mom.
You are wonderful. You are a simple man with that hi, Mom. I like it. All right, we're going to have to get out of here. I'm going to try my best to get us out of here quickly. And, we'll see you. Stick around. If you're watching us live on twitch.tv/bothmics, stick around. We're going to have a second show coming right up.
Ciao, folks.